Hello friends, welcome back to Englishwala. And now I am going to discuss another 10 pairs of confusing English words. Now what's the difference between biennial and biannual? Born, bone, bona fide, bona fides, canvas, canvas, birth, birth, B-I-R-T-H, B-E-R-T-H. And most of the times I find students get confused while using these words. Today I am going to discuss the difference that exists between these confusing pairs of English words. It's video number 40. Previously, in my video number 39, I discussed 10 different confusing pairs of English words. Now, let's proceed. First one, number 11. As in my previous class, in my previous video, I discussed 10 pairs of English words which often lead to confusion. Now, it is pair number 11, apposite and opposite. The spellings are A-P-P-O-S-I-T-E, opposite, and only there is a difference in the usage of one letter. Opposite, the spelling is O-P-P-O-S-I-T-E. So, in place of A, there is only O, but there is a gulf of difference between the meanings. Now, opposite. Opposite means suitable, that means befitting in relation to something. Befitting in relation to something, suitable. His observations are opposite to the present discussion. His observations are opposite, that means appropriate to the present discussion. Now, whenever you give examples, the examples should be opposite to the topic. Examples should be opposite to the topic, well connected to the topic, proper, appropriate to the topic. It's opposite that now people should be made aware of the viral infection. It's opposite now, befitting in relation to something. That means the present condition is not at all good. Actually, a viral infection, all the people of this globe have been suffering from a sort of panic. That means not simply panic, actually so many people are ill due to the viral infection COVID-19. Now we can say it's opposite, it's appropriate, it's proper, it's just that now people should be made aware of the viral infection. Now on the other hand, opposite, it is a very common word, common adjective, and it means contrary or reverse or contrasting. His idea is opposite to mine, very simple word. He stood on the opposite side of the street. I took the opposite standpoint. So, there is a lot of difference. The meanings are completely different. Opposite and opposite. Though there is a slight difference in the spelling and in the pronunciation. Next one, access and excess. Excess, I am pronouncing prominently, so you can understand the difference. Access and excess, 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 access and excess. But when a native speaker or when somebody speaks in English, he speaks so fluently that we cannot find the difference in pronunciation. Now, what does the word access mean? When it is used as a noun, it means entrance or the place to, or the opportunity to approach or enter somewhere. The door gives access to the big hall. The door gives access to the big hall. We have free access to our headmaster's chamber. We have free access, free entry. Free entry. That means we can enter the chamber whenever we want. That means we have the free access to the big hall or to the headmaster's chamber. So we have a free entrance. Now, if it is used as a verb, it means approach or enter, and sometimes it means obtain or retrieve computer data, file, etc. We often use this word in this case. You can access the single rooms via the balcony. That means via the balcony you can access. Access is here as a verb, used here as a verb. We can access several files at the same time. Now, access. Access is a very common word. Access can be used as a noun, as an adjective. When it is used as a noun, it means more than enough. An excess of mental stress affects the physical health also. An excessive is the adjective. Again, it can be used as adjective. However, an excess of mental stress affects the physical health also. Now, excess of anything is bad. So, excess can be used as a noun. Now, adjective, more than desirable amount. Excess fat should be reduced. I should say this to myself. Excess fat should be reduced. The excess fare will be refunded. So here, excess can also be used as an adjective. Excess can be used as a noun and verb. Excess can be used as noun and adjective. Next, accent. There is no difference in pronunciation, almost no difference. Accent, we the second language speakers, we cannot make the difference, we cannot understand the difference in pronunciation. Accent and assent. Assent, A-S-C-E-N-T, assent, and assent, A-S-S-E-N-T. Ascent means the act of climbing up, or act of going up. Tenzing made the first successful ascent to the Everest. Tenzing made the first successful ascent of the Everest. We struggled up the slippery ascent. That means the road is going upwards. The ascent of sap. You find this very sentence in your biology. The ascent of sap in plants, botany, the ascent of sap in plants takes place through the xylem. The ascent of sap. Ascent means going up. Now, ascent, A-S-S-E-N-T, it can be used as a noun as well as a verb. Agreement to or approval of something. That means nodding of approval. She murmured her assent, and that marked the end of discord. Discord means debate, quarrel, dispute. So she murmured her assent. That means she agreed. She murmured her assent, and that marked the end of discord. I received the assent of the authority. There is a note of assent note of assent. That means I agree to it. Now, as a verb, we can use to agree or to yield. The ministers assented to the change. The Prime Minister wanted to bring about a change, or perhaps the people wanted a change. The ministers assented to the change. That means agreed. I had to assent to his demands. I had to surrender. I had to yield to his demands. So assent means agreement to or approval of something. But AACENT, assent, means the act of climbing up or going up. Next one. Artful and artistic. Artful. Artful means clever, crafty, skillful. That means cunning, a kind of especially skillful, especially in getting what you want. Skillful or cunning or crafty or clever. Artful is an adjective. He has proved himself to be an artful politician. He has proved himself. Most of the politicians are artful. He has proved himself to be an artful politician. You dealt with the matter in an artful manner, in a very cunning manner. This very word is not used with any positive approach. Rather, it has a negative sense. He showed an artful evasion of responsibility. That means he had some responsibilities, but he wanted to dodge or duck the responsibilities, and he did it in a very cunning way. He did it in a very crafty way. He showed an artful evasion of responsibilities. This is artful. Now, artistic, it has a positive sense. Artistic means having or revealing natural creative skill. So, if you see a picture or if you see any piece of art, you cannot say it is artful. No, it cannot be said. You should say it is artistic. Artistic is an adjective. It means having or revealing natural creative skill. Aesthetically pleasing. Aesthetically pleasing. Whenever you look at it, whenever you feel it, whenever you observe it, you find a sort of pleasure. Now, it's a piece of artistic merit. Perhaps you saw a thing, very beautiful one, and you can say it's a piece of artistic merit. He has always had an artistic bent. That means he had that sort of mental setup, an artistic mental setup. We must encourage the students to be sensitive and artistic. One must be sensitive to be artistic. So we must encourage the students. We must encourage the students to be sensitive and artistic. Again, the artists, they want to talk about the social problems or different social events through their artistic creations, and they can say we need artistic freedom. We need artistic freedom. So there is a difference between artful and artistic. Artful means cunning, crafty, skillful in attaining something, especially in getting something that you desire. But artistic has a positive sense. It means having or revealing natural or creative skill, aesthetically pleasing ones. Now, again, two very similar words, bail in pronunciation, bail and bail. Bail and bail. Bail, B-A-I-L, bail, a judicial term or an administrative term. Bail, it is used as a noun, temporarily released on condition of security or bond of a person or a sum of money. Or a sum of money. That means somebody is released on bail from the jail or from the police custody. He was released on bail. And for that reason, he must produce a security. Security in the form of a person, that means a person must give his assent that he will stand as a security. Now, again, he can be released with the security of a large sum of money. The lawyer sometimes, whenever for getting the accused out of the police custody or out of the jail, the lawyers, they fight for that in the court, and the lawyer pleaded for bail. Now, bail can be used as a verb. Release or secure the release on bail. Bail means when it is used as a verb. Release or secure the release on bail. None of the accused was bailed. Again, you can say the accused was bailed. None of the accused was bailed. She wants you to bail her out. She wants that you should take the initiative, you should stand as the security, you should make the arrangement so that she may come out. She wants you to bail her out. Again, bail, B-A-L-E, bail, it is also used as a noun and also as a verb. Bail means large bundle of things, things like paper, cotton, hay, jute, etc. The rain destroyed all the bales of cotton. The rain destroyed all the bales of cotton. The bales of jute were exported. The bales of jute were exported. Now, it can be used as a verb. Make up into bales. That means make up into bundles. They baled the jute, left for drying. They baled the jute. That means they made bundles of jute. Next one. Very important pair of confusing words. Biannual and biennial. Actually, biannual means, bi means two, biannual may mean twice in a year, or it can also give the meaning that once in 2 years. But generally, or conventionally, it means, biannual means twice in a year. Twice in a year. You should keep it in your mind. Biannual means twice in a year, conventionally. It's a biannual magazine and it is published in January and June every year. It's a biannual. That means it is published twice a year, twice in 1 year. Now, biennial, it is also an adjective. It means once in every 2 years. Once in every 2 years. Conventionally, it means once in every 2 years. So, the biennial herbs flower in their second. Biennial herbs flower in their second. That means they bloom during the second year. That means those herbs grow once in 2 years. So, the biennial herbs flower in their second. That means in their second year, not in their first year. It's a biennial celebration. It was held in 2020 and the next one will be held in 2022. So, after 2 years. So, biannual conventionally, again I repeat, conventionally it means twice in a year, but biennial means once in every 2 years. Now, birth and birth, B-E-R-T-H. B-I-R-T-H, very simple word, known to everyone. It means emergence or start as a physically separate being. Emergence or start as a physically separate being. She gave birth to a healthy baby. The movement gave birth to a new nation. The movement gave birth to a new nation. Gave birth. Now, B-E-R-T-H, it has a different meaning. Though the difference is in the usage of only one letter. B-I-R-T-H, B-E-R-T-H. In place of I, Here E is used, but the word gives completely different meaning. B-E-R-T-H, berth. Noun, a bed in a boat, train, ship, etc. A place for a ship or boat to stay in a port. That means the ships or the boats are arranged properly in a port, and those places are called berths. And in a train compartment, you have seen in a train compartment there are berths. He got the middle berth in the train, B-E-R-T-H, in the train, and felt like sandwiched, middle berth. So, he is in between the upper berth and the lower berth, and he feels like sandwiched. Now, second example, the foreign ship was given a berth in our port. The foreign ship was given a berth. Don't think the foreign ship was given a berth, that means the foreign ship was born. No. The foreign ship was given a berth in our port. That means a place. The ship, when we use it as a verb, the ship berthed at Mumbai. The ship berthed at Mumbai. That means at Mumbai port, it got a room, got space to be there. The ship berthed, or the ship was berthed at Mumbai. Next one, very important, bona fide and bona fides. Bona fide. Bona fide means real or genuine. Real or genuine. He is a bona fide employee of this institute. Bona fide employee. You must attend to the bona fide customers, the genuine customers. The boy is a bona fide student of our school. That means his name is registered here. He is a bona fide, a genuine, real student of our school. Sometimes the school authority gives the certificate, bona fide student certificate or bona fide studentship. That means they certify, yes, this student is a bona fide student of our school. That means he is a real student or genuine student, opposite to fake. Now, bona fides, bona fide is used as an adjective, but bona fides, it's not the plural form of bona fide. But bona fides itself is a noun. It means honest intention. My bona fides shouldn't be questioned. My bona fides, my honest intentions shouldn't be questioned or doubted. You should prove your bona fides, your honest intention. This event will convince him of my bona fides. That means of my honest intentions. So bona fides, it's not the plural. Again, I repeat, bona fides is not the plural of bona fide. Bona fide is a separate word, and bona fides, it means honest intention, whereas bona fide means real or genuine. Next one, born and born. Born, very simple word, very common word, given birth to, or having a natural ability, sometimes it means. For example, Tagore was born in 1861. That means Tagore was given birth in 1861. Now, he was a born poet. That means having a natural ability. He was a born poet. That means he had that very natural ability of poetic craftsmanship. Now, born, adjective, it means carried. Actually, this is the third form of bear. Now, COVID-19 is an animal-borne disease. That means it is borne by the animals. The child was born on the shoulder. The child was born, carried on the shoulder. They used rocket-borne weapons. Rockets carried the weapons. So, herein lies the difference, though there is a very, very slight difference in the spelling and in the pronunciation. Born means given birth to, born means carried. Next one, canvas, C-A-N-V-A-S. Canvas, C-A-N-V-A-S-S. Now, C-A-N-V-A-S, canvas, it is used as a noun as well as sometimes we can use it as a verb. C-A-N-V-A-S, canvas, is a kind of thick, coarse cloth. Thick cloth. This is an oil painting on canvas, a rough and thick piece of cloth. So this is an oil painting on canvas. The tent was made with white canvas, the cloth. Carry the things in a canvas bag. So the bag is made of canvas, a thick cloth. The door was canvassed. We canvassed the door over. That means the door was covered with canvas. So, in that case, we can use it as a verb. Now, C-A-N-V-A-S-S, canvas, it is used as a verb. Sometimes it can also be used as a noun. Canvas means seek, solicit, propose. The party workers canvassed votes for the candidates or for their candidates. The party workers canvassed, sought for votes. They asked for, they prayed for, or sometimes they asked for, they demanded. They sought for votes for the candidates. Demonetization was canvassed, a solution to many problems. It was solicited, it was proposed that it was the solution to many problems. Now, we made a house-to-house canvas. Here it is used as a noun. We made a house-to-house canvas. That means the people of the NGO or the people of the voluntary organization, they made a canvas, house-to-house canvas for a cause. So, this is completely different. Simply, in spelling, there is a difference because C-A-N-V-A-S, canvas, thick cloth, C-A-N-V-A-S-S only, seek, solicit, or propose. It can be used as a verb, as a noun. C-A-N-V-A-S can also be used as a noun and a verb. So, this is the end of this lesson. In my next video, I'll come with 10 other pairs of confusing words. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and like the video if it proves to be helpful to you.